Keep it or change cars. We talk your language. Brought to you by SA's most trusted motoring website, ChangeCars.
Welcome back to the Keep It or Change Cars podcast. Guys, we are loving the attention. We are loving the comments that you guys are sharing. And just because of that, we are going to keep doing the podcast over and over and over again just for you guys. And as always, I'm Nicky Nash, your host, and I'm with Michael Pursuit once again.
A promise we make is a promise we keep. This podcast will carry on for a long, long time. Amazing week, amazing weekend behind us.
Yes.
Amazing week happening in the motor trade. Some big stuff happening.
100% some big stuff happening. There is something called NAMSA SA Auto Week happening this week. So I'm going to speak a bit about that and a bit about leading up to that. So it's essentially where majority of manufacturers,
The OEMs.
OEMs meet up, basically speak about anything within the automotive industry. And especially it's very important for the manufacturers or the OEMs that are manufacturing cars in the country.
Nice.
So you have ministers there as well. It's like the big thing. Like it's one of the biggest.
So now when you say ministers, you talk about the government themselves at TED, what, Minister of Trade and Industry, that type of thing?
Yes, this type of thing. Ministers, because right now it's happening in Eastern Cape, Kabeja. So ministers from there. Like it's a big thing. Like
anything important happens in the Eastern Cape. You get the feeling that the center of power in South Africa is not Gauteng,
100%.
It's the Eastern Cape. Where about? Is it in Port Elizabeth?
Yes, Port Elizabeth,
Nice.
Kabeja. Yes, so that was that. But I got an opportunity to drive down for the car. So they needed cars there. So we're doing like a new energy vehicle thing. So basically,
Courier company, Nicky the courier.
So essentially we're driving from Joburg to Port Elizabeth through different towns. So there's people that drove from Joburg to Colesberg to Port Alfred, and Port Alfred, and then to PE. I flew down to East London and drove from East London to Colesberg to Port Alfred, and then Port Alfred to PE.
And that's what, about 400 odd kilos?
Yes, so that was from East London to Colesberg was around 400 kilos.
Right.
And then from Colesberg to, same thing, to Port Alfred around 400 or so.
Wow.
So we did that so I first got into the BYD Sea Lion 6. I think that's the hybrid one. That was a good car.
And?
Like I changed my mind
Impressed
about that
you?
car. I didn't drive it because I didn't want to drive it.
Okay.
I was sitting in the back seat, so it was actually quite comfortable. I really liked that car. And then from Colesberg to Port Alfred, I got the chance to be in the new Volvo EX30 cross country. Actually, big thank you to Michael from Volvo South Africa. He actually organized that for me. So I actually got to do like an EV trip with an EV car.
Now, as you said, thank you to Mike. I think, what did I do? I didn't do anything there. But now you said you changed your mind. You talk about change your mind on the BYD or on EV in general?
The BYD. I'm not a fan of the BYD concept, but I think that was the first time I got into like a BYD for quite some time, and because that's a hybrid, so I've always preached hybridness over anything else. So I like that BYD. The EV concept, I'm still not sure about it, because the EX30 that we got into, when we left Colesberg, the range was saying 522 kilometers, and then
was that full battery now?
Full battery,
right?
So that was from Colesberg to, just forgot the name now. We stopped Grafrenet, so that's 202 kilometers.
So you got to have 300 odd left in theory.
In theory.
But
how much do you think I had left?
Well, the way you're saying it, under 200?
103.
Okay, now that is a huge problem. I'm planning a trip, 500. Remember, when you're planning it with petrol, it's easy. If I get it wrong, well, engine shell, welcome. Now, what did you do? Did you just make it, or
we made
start
it.
panicking?
No, we made it. We made it properly. It was actually, we got there, but the thing is, if the trip was like another 100 Ks, we wouldn't have made it. So then we drove from Grafrenet to a battery station in Makanda. Before we got to
station, not a fuel station.
Yeah, before we got to Port Alfred, and that was 278. And we left Grafrenet on a full charge. How much percent do you think when we got to Makanda?
So in theory, you got 500 odd, 278. You should have had, well, just under 45%, but you probably had 5 to 10%.
We had 8% left. We had 8% left.
So there's two things I'm taking out of this.
Yeah.
Essentially, the range promised, committed to by the manufacturers seems like BS then.
So on the Volvo EX30 cross country, because it has the roof rails on top, so that hindered it a lot. There was the EX90 there as well, the bigger one, and that one is very accurate. When the car says it will do 400 Ks, it will do 400 Ks. So I think it's car dependent. What I can tell you that EX30, as much as the battery will say 500 Ks, you won't do anything above 310. Whereas in the EX90, you definitely can. The big one, you definitely can.
Now, something interesting, we've often spoken about driving electric. I don't know how many Ks you've done in electric car. I've probably done 30 kilometers, and 25 of them were as a passenger around Kailami at Festival of Motoring. You drive an EV hard. When I say hard, you drive a petrol car hard, you're going to increase the fuel consumption 10-15%, but not dramatically. You drive an EV hard,
It makes a difference.
Depleting the battery much quicker. You feel it, you see it.
You see it, because we were doing 120 when I was driving, and then when we got to the next station, we're like, okay, we can't do 120. It's too much now. So we're doing 100 to 110, essentially.
So, wow. And I mean, 120, with all due respect, is not speeding.
It's not speeding.
130, 140, I mean, everybody does it on the open road.
Yeah.
But 120, you said, we're not going to do the speed limit, stay in the left-hand lane.
Yeah, because we had to do it a bit lower in that car, because 120, the battery was just draining. So even if we just said, let's do it 130, it would have been worse.
Well, right here and now, I'll say, if that is the case, I'm out. EV, I mean, I've always been kind of on the fence, not a fan, but on the fence. You tell me that I'm going to have to adjust my driving style from 120, because 120, I say again, that's the speed limit.
Yeah.
So if you'd done, say, 125 or 126, like just the normal speed limit, would you have run out of battery, do you think?
If we're doing maybe, let's say 130 from Grafrenet to Makanda, I don't think we'd have made it. I don't think we'd have made it. Because we got there with like 8%. If we added just that, maybe 10 to 15 kilometers on the speed, I think we wouldn't have made it.
So I've got a big smirk on my face. I'm just thinking of R2, the new points demerit. What are they trying to do? Keep people in check. Electric vehicles, speeding is not an option, essentially.
Speed is not an option.
But today, what are you in?
I'm in the 2025 Opel Grandland.
Now, will you believe me? I've never sat in a Grandland of any year. What is it like?
It's a good car, especially the one that I'm in now. It's actually a very good car. Like, it's everything.
Good looking.
Good looking car. Seats are comfortable inside as well. It's a 5-seater. It might look like a 7-seater because it's quite big, but it's a 5-seater. Yeah. That's where the problem is.
So we're going to say the $1 million question. Soon, every car is going to be the $1 million question.
So at least this one is not $1 million, but it's still not, it's too expensive.
How many grand?
You're looking at 790,000 Rand.
790,000 Rand.
That's a lot of money. It's a front-wheel drive, 1.6 liter turbocharged engine.
Only front-wheel drive, not all-wheel?
No, front-wheel drive only.
But now, what is that comparing to in the Chinese range?
So in that, you can compare it to, you can get into an Mazda C9, the big one.
And that's all-wheel drive, is that not?
The one that's priced just underneath the Opel is front-wheel drive. Then you can opt for like 50,000 Rand more for the all-wheel drive. And then you can get your Kia Sportage, you can get the Volkswagen Tiguan. Chinese, you can get the Haval 86, petrol or hybrid.
Why did you mention Haval? Conrad, you're going to hear Haval mentioned again later in the show.
So there's Haval from Chery. There's the big one, the 8, the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro. Or Pro 8. Yeah, that's also, and there's a hybrid one of that one as well. And I know it's not 800,000 Rand. So there's so many vehicles you can get before you can get the Opel Grandland. And that's why you don't see any Opel Grandlands on the road.
Now, we've touched on it before. Chinese, Japanese, and German. They are the 3 motor producing countries. Chinese has always been the upcoming entry.
Yeah.
German, the established boys, and the Japanese, reliable. So now you've mentioned 3 different countries there. The Chinese, the Japanese, and German.
And German, yes.
Do you see the Opel as a German premium product, or is it more Japanese type, Chinese type vehicle?
I'm not leaning more to Japanese, not German. It doesn't feel German, because certain German cars you can feel it 100%. So that one feels a bit more Japanese. Doesn't feel Chinese 100%, but it feels more to the Japanese side.
But the reason I'm harping on this point, whether it's Audi or Volkswagen, same family, people say Audi slightly more premium, but a Volkswagen, an Audi, a BMW, a Mercedes, a Porsche, they all feel premium German.
100%.
Now, I've got to harp on this. You say the Opel, nothing says it's made in Germany?
Yeah, I think if I put you in that car, you wouldn't think that it's a German car. I think you also wouldn't think it's Chinese because it doesn't feel or drive like a Chinese. You definitely, I think I'd put it in the same league as like a Tiguan, not Tiguan, sorry, the Sportage. And yeah, definitely there.
But now you mentioned that you don't see any of them on the road. Why, Nikki? Always a question. The money?
So for me, it's 2 things. One, there's only one model and it's way too expensive. there's too many other options that you can look at. And in the country in right now, people are not scared of going to the Chinese. They can easily just go to a Jito, to a Chery, to a Haval or whatever. So pricing, that's wrong. One, for me. Second thing is marketing. And I hop onto marketing so much because I studied marketing. So when I look at marketing, besides cars, with any product, I also think, are you doing enough marketing for this product? And when I look at the Opel, for me, they're not doing any marketing for it. So you don't see any billboards about the car. And if you also want to get the car out there, there's things like, Opel, this is an idea, right? And I actually want my commission on the side. But when you're looking at it like this, you have an Opel Grandland, you're fighting against the Chinese, you want people to know about these cars. Reach out to influencers within the industry.
Right.
Get people with a following. There's, as much as influencers, some people might not want to buy cars because of influencers.
They've got a following.
But let the car be in people's heads. Get influencers. Get 10 influencers. Do a trip to Northwest, for example, with 10 Opel Grandlands. Let them post on their platforms. As much as you're not trying to sell the car then, but when those 10 influencers post the cars, now all of those people are like, what's this car? I haven't seen this car before. That's one side of marketing. You've spent, let's just say 200,000 Rand on a trip like that. If one car is bought, you've made your money. The 200,000 Rand, you've made it, plus the 500,000 Rand that you charge.
You've got the product out there.
Now you have the product
talking
out there.
about it.
And from that trip, I'm 100% sure a minimum of 5 people would look and buy that car. But if you're not doing anything like that, you're not putting billboards, then how do you expect the product to be out there? People are not going to look at it like that. People, like the car I'm driving, people have been stopping me. What's this car? When did it come out? Is it this year or last year?
Haven't seen it, don't know it, haven't heard about it, know nothing about it.
But come with the Haval, people will know what that is. Or an Amoda.
But now my concern, we talk about marketing, and I'm fully with you. You are 100% right. But I look at Toyota. What can I market? I can market resale value. I can market reliability. I can market desirability. I can market dealer network. I'm Opel. Hear me out, and I'm not being negative.
Yeah.
What have I got to market? One product, high priced, perceived poor resale value.
Yeah.
And you know why it's perceived? Because it's absolutely real. We always look back at the 70s and 80s, and everybody's got a story about my dad had this, my neighbor had this.
Yeah.
Anyone who's driven an Opel in the last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years will have 2 stories. I couldn't sell it, I couldn't give it away, and when I took it for a service, I had a problem. So from a marketing point of view, if I was Stellantis, and I've had the pleasure of meeting them, lovely people, open,
100%.
they just don't get on board that there's a perception that the Stellantis products are troublesome. Peugeot, Citroen, not Renault, obviously that's Motors, but Peugeot, Citroen, Alfa Romeo, Jeep, Opel.
So,
what have they got where people are saying, oh wow, the trust is there? So if I'm going to market that, I'm going to do what you said. And journos, let me make you a promise. Whatever town you are in South Africa, there are parts. We have got deals with Weelee. We've got deals with WeBuyCars. You want to sell that car within a certain mileage range? Guaranteed buybacks. Now we're doing proper marketing. And will that happen?
I'm not the only one that has been complaining about this. Even some people within the industry have been complaining about it. And the fact that it hasn't changed, I don't think it will change. But eventually, I'd like to believe it will.
I will give anybody a guarantee. If something is not working today and you keep doing it,
it won't work.
It won't work ever.
Yeah.
It's not being arrogant, it's not being harsh. It's a guarantee. If it's not working today, it won't work in the future. But I said to you, we're going to have a bit of a shout out after the break. We're going to be talking about a couple of products that I like, but I don't like what they're doing.
This is very interesting.
Looking at buying a brand new car? Visit changecars.co.za and click on the Beat My Quote tab, because we will beat your quote.
So Mike, before the break, you said you have 2 brands that you want to speak about. I'm interested in finding out. Well, I think I have an idea of one because you alluded in the beginning. So one is Haval.
He's a fortune teller.
What is the other that you speak about?
Volkswagen.
Okay.
I can honestly say it's now starting to get a bit concerning, the amount of problems that we're receiving about VW.
Okay.
I'm experiencing it myself with schools. At the moment, I've got a 2019 VW Crafter.
So
sold to them brand new.
Okay.
Again, promise you, when I say Nikki, guess the kilos, we've not discussed this. 2019, it's a school bus doing low kilos per year.
Low kilos.
Low kilos.
So 10,000. I'm going to say that's 60,000 Ks.
Spot on, 55. So
okay.
right
That's enough. Okay.
under full maintenance plan for its first 5 years, every single service done at a VW dealership in Cape Town, by the book. Up until 45,000, it was done under maintenance plan. 10,000 kilometers later, the car is smoking terribly, but not white smoke, so it's not oil, it's fuel. It's the injectors are gone. The discounted quote to the customer, a top private school in the Western Cape, the discounted quote. Take a guess. You'll never, it's high.
I have no idea much.
So it's injectors.
What are they fixing? Injectors. I have
They're
no idea much.
fixing the fact that this car is smoking on startup and smoking under hard acceleration, but again, not engines, not oil. It's all fuel related, i.e. the injectors, the diesel.
Okay.
The discounted price, heavily discounted. And VW South Africa think they're doing this school such a favor. I've told them under no circumstances do you accept this.
Okay, I have no idea much inject. So is it 5 digits?
4 digits. Hell, 5 digits, of course. Of course it's 5 digits.
I'm going to say 18,000.
Okay. It rhymes with 18. 86,000 Rand. Got the quote on hand. If anybody wants to see it, I'll gladly share it with them. 86,000 Rand.
Is that for
VW's claim? Is it contaminated fuel? Welcome to the world of Ford. What do VW? And I promise you, you're laughing. Welcome to the world of Ford. VW will not assist this client. How do you explain that? Oh no, they will assist. They'll give a heavily discounted.
What's the original one?
145,000.
Is that a new engine?
No. They're just redoing certain components, not opening up the engine. It's all to do with what they're blaming contaminated fuel. Southern suburbs of Cape Town. We're talking Rondebosch, Claremont, Constantia.
That's a lot of
proper fuel stations, a private school. Please explain to me how you can do that.
That's a lot of money. How much is an engine? Is the Crafter, right?
Crafter. So a brand new engine on the vehicle, and we've just done one in Joburg, 185,000 Rand. Done by an authorized VW dealership, part of the CFAO Mobility Group, 10 out of 10. In fact, Elmar Long, you know why I'm saying this, the way you treat us, thank you. With 86,000 Rand to fix a problem that one shouldn't be there. When it is there, the vehicle's 1 year out of guarantee. Under what circumstances should they not just say, unacceptable, and we're fixing it?
Yeah, that's a lot of money. 86, that's more than the mileage. That's okay. That's a lot. I don't even know what to say. That's a lot of money because even you said there's 140.
143 or 145 was the original quote, heavily discounted by 50,000 Rand.
And I thought like it's a new engine. I would have said okay, but now the fact that you're fixing injectors and okay, that's a bit concerning.
That's crazy
for a car that has like low mileage.
So now, before I mention the heads of VW, the second one, Haval. I've always said, and I'll say it again, ad nauseum, I have got no issue with problems. We live in a real world. I'll say that again and again. People are healthy today, then they have a heart attack. However, there's no gray area when a vehicle is under warranty and it should be fixed. The no gray area is as follows. Immediately you tell the customer, good news, sir, car's under warranty. Better news, it's going to take 2 weeks. In that 2 weeks, you're going to have a loan car. Not we'll investigate, we'll not come back to you, we'll waste your time, we'll frustrate you, we'll give you angst. Conrad Goedewald from Haval. I've asked you personally, please can we have a contact person at Haval that will help us when a customer reaches out to us. Sounds like I always ask you a question. Think about it. Why is a customer reaching out to us? Because he thinks we're better than Haval?
Because there's nowhere else to go. I'm
Correct.
guessing.
He's exhausted all avenues at the OEM. He reaches out to us. Conrad, I'm blocked on WhatsApp because Conrad is not interested. So the good news is, going forward, on your screen right now, Conrad Groenewald, your name, your number, your email address. The public, you don't need to reach out to me. You need to reach out to Conrad. If you don't come right, then reach out to me. And I'm dead serious. And it's the same with VW. Andile has told us in a legal letter, no need for us to try and assist the customers. They're on top of it. Think about that. Not a warning letter, just written by VW Legal. No need to try and assist customers. Told me that statement. What do you make out of that?
I'm a bit confused. So what does that mean, essentially, going forward?
So they're saying, mind your own business. If we want to treat our customers badly, we'll do so. That's what I take out of it.
Okay. So now, Okay, so now since this is happening, so do people that follow the ChangeCars, do they still reach out with if they still have problems, or like where do they go?
So on your screen right now, I said earlier that you will have Conrad's details, Martina Bienda, your email address, head of VW. Why am I prepared to share it? My details, head of ChangeCars, host of the TV show All Things Motoring. How hard is it to get hold of me, Nikki?
Just go on the website.
All over. Put in my name and you'll find my email address. I don't say that arrogantly. You'll find my cell phone number. So why should somebody else hide? If you need to get to the CEO, means the people under her mandate, under her guidance, are not doing their job. Now, something interesting.
Okay.
Is the customer always right?
No.
I can tell you, I see it daily. The customer's not right. Yesterday, I get an email and it goes like this. Hi, Mike, I follow the podcast. What is the maximum period I can return a car if I don't like it?
Okay, I'm more.
What is the
confused.
maximum period I can return a car if I don't like it? I wrote back very nicely, and I promise you I'll share it, is you cannot return a car because you don't like it. It's not the dealer's fault.
Yeah.
You chose the wrong color. I don't even need to know about the problem, because there is no problem. He doesn't like the car.
Just sell it. Don't
Just sell it.
Yeah.
You can't make your problem somebody else's problem. So why I mentioned that, the customer is not always right, but when the customer is right,
Do something about it.
do something about
You
it.
get a lot of such questions where the customer isn't right.
100%. 100%. And we'll always give everybody the time of day. And I often say to a customer, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. Now, it's not that we're the judge, the jury, and the executioner. But when the customer is completely wrong, got a customer who's got a car, 2013 BMW,
Okay.
bought it secondhand. The interior panels are wearing, according to him, unreasonably. What is his recourse against BMW on an 11-year-old car? Nice guy, very nice guy. Wrote back nicely.
It's an old car. There's really nothing much you can do. Just
There
pick
isn't
it up.
correct. There isn't a fundamental problem.
Yeah.
What is being used on those panels? Has Sunlight Liquid been used on them? Has Handy Andy? Has
Exactly.
ammonia been used on them? It's not a problem en masse. But 9 years, 10 years, 11 years later,
Too long.
100%. And that's why I said it's not what you tell the customer, it's how you tell it.
them.
But to the OEMs, to the dealers, I promise you, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm not against anybody. It's not who is right, it's what is right. And what is right is always the same, doesn't matter who's involved. So all I ask VW and Haval, please look after customers. Number one brand in South Africa. Who?
Toyota.
Do you think we get complaints? Not complaints. Do you think we ever get people reaching out to us about Toyota?
Yes.
Of course
Because they're number one,
Of course we
100%.
do. But it's small little things. I've got a gentleman who's got a water leak on his hood lining, and you can see it had a water leak before. I reach out to my contact at Toyota, who's exceptionally high up, a proper manier.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think it takes him to come back to me, Nikki? Not because I'm good. Same day. Minutes. But why? Not because he's doing me a favor. He cares about the customer. That is the Toyota way. That is why I'll say it openly, not the problem, how the problem is dealt with. The Toyota way is until our customer is happy, it hasn't been sorted out. So to Toyota South Africa, to the 200 plus Toyota dealerships, I'll say it again and again, I salute you.
100%. There's one thing I want to speak about. Well, you spoke about this off air with me. The Suzuki Jimny. Why the Suzuki Jimny?
So again, question and answer session. We love Toyota.
Mm-hmm.
There's another brand that is doing exceptionally well in South Africa, and we always say deservedly so.
Yeah.
I look at Suzuki today as streets ahead. I'm talking about marketing, brand positioning of anybody else other than Toyota. Are they ahead of VW, ahead of BMW,
Yes.
Mazda, Honda, Nissan? Who's second in this country in terms of vehicle? I think they are number two in vehicle sales as well.
They're number two in vehicle sales. They sold just over 6,000. Then VW and Audi combined was 5,700 and something. So they are still second. They are second. Suzuki. And they've been second for, I think, close to 2 years now.
Now, what I love about Suzuki, if I look at the Suzuki Swift, just personally, it's not a vehicle I aspire to, but it's an entry-level car. It does exactly what it says it will do. One Suzuki I don't like, when I say don't like, I've always been open about this, the Jimny.
Okay.
What is the fascination with the Suzuki Jimny? Help me, because I don't get it.
Same. I don't know. I wouldn't buy a Jimny. I don't know. I think maybe because it's off-roadiness, but I think even the vast majority of people that own Suzukis don't go that much off-road. As much as they do go off-road, but they don't go like hectic off-roading. But I don't know. Because even to drive that car, like...
The car drives shockingly.
Yes.
The 4-door, the 2-door, the manual, the auto.
Yeah.
They've got one thing in common. They're underpowered.
Yes.
1,500 petrol engine. So you said they buy it to go off-road. I think they buy it to go away. So I want to go away for the weekend. Clarence is great. Dahlstrom is great. Hartperspoort Dam is great. To get there, in that Suzuki Jimny, 1,500 underpowered. So last weekend, I think it was last weekend, they had the largest Suzuki Jimny gathering again.
This past week.
And it superseded the one that was 2 years before that. What did they try to do? How many people can open and close a door at the same time?
I'm not sure about that, but I know there's a lot of cars, and I think it was in the Western Cape.
Western Cape, Louvain Wine Farm, very, very nice. We didn't go because, again, I say it respectfully, not there to film something that I don't believe in.
Yeah.
Ask anybody who owns a Suzuki Jimny, and this is crazy. They own it if they love the way it drives.
They're going to say no. So what do they love about it?
Looks-wise, I give it 6 out of 10.
Yeah, it looks...
It's not ugly.
It's not ugly, yeah.
But it's not standout. It's like a little box. You know, the Land Rover Discovery was also a box, but it looked amazing.
The G-Class is also...
You beat me to it. A G-Class is something from the 70s, but it's like, wow.
Yeah.
The Suzuki, what is wow about that? Nothing.
I think people maybe like a mini G-Class. Because, yeah, I feel like it's like a mini G-Class. But yeah, there's people that love a Jimny, and yeah.
Do you know that
fascinating
performance is identical to a G-Class when it's standing still?
Oh, when standing still.
Have you driven the 1500 and normally aspirated of that?
I have. I've driven the manual and the auto. I drove it when the 4-door was launched. Yeah, I drove it from Polokwane in Limpopo across to Botswana. Yeah.
Okay. So Brendan Carpenter, I think you are doing beyond an exceptional job. We spoke about certain companies like the Stellantis group that's not doing marketing well. Suzuki, you've marketed unbelievably.
They've been sponsoring like some big parties. They're sponsoring the cricket team, and they're also sponsoring Orlando Pirates, the soccer team.
Wow.
And that's big because now, the guys, I know some of you guys that watch soccer are going to be very controversial about this, but the 2 biggest teams in the country,
Pirates and Chiefs.
Yes.
Not negotiable.
As much as Sundowns is winning, nothing is changing.
Sundowns is Arsenal in England.
Yeah. Right. Sundowns is... Well, Arsenal doesn't win, so... No, Sundowns is Man City in England. Yes, Sundowns is Man City in England.
Space. We'll get in there.
Sundowns is Man City in England, and then Chiefs is like Man United.
And Pirates is like Liverpool.
Yes.
But it's that same rivalry. You love the one, you hate the other.
Yes, 100%.
Everybody talks about United and Liverpool.
Yes.
Everybody talks about Chiefs and Sundowns. I mean, how often do people speak about SuperSport United?
And it's sold. It's dead. There's no SuperSport United. So going back to Pirates and Chiefs, they are the 2 biggest teams in the country, football-wise. Chiefs is sponsored by, do you have an idea? They are the biggest team in the country. What's the biggest manufacturer in the country? OEM.
Toyota?
Yes.
Oh, Kaiser Chiefs sponsored by Toyota?
Yes.
I promise you, I did not know that.
So Kaiser Chiefs, the biggest team in the country, sponsored by the biggest OEM in the country. Second biggest team, Orlando Pirates. It makes sense for Suzuki to go and sponsor Orlando Pirates. So now Suzuki sponsors Orlando Pirates. And then Sundowns is sponsored by, they used to be sponsored by Hyundai, and now they're sponsored by Chery. Yes, Chery.
So think about this. You leave Johannesburg Stadium. What's the stadium called, Nasrec? What's it called?
FNB Stadium.
FNB Stadium.
Yes.
You're a Chief supporter. You leave in your Hilux 2.8 or your Fortuner 2.8. Watch this space. You're a Pirate supporter and you leave in your Suzuki Jimny. So you're not comparing apples with apples, guys.
So those are the jokes that actually go around within like the soccer fan. So just to show how serious Suzuki is in terms of marketing, they've went for the football space, for the biggest team, and said, let's sponsor you. I feel like any other manufacturer maybe didn't see the need for that, but best believe people are seeing it.
That's incredible. Now, obviously, a topic for another day, and I'll never know the figures.
Yeah.
But that's big money. You are not sponsoring Kaiser Chiefs or Orlando Pirates for a couple of million. That is tens of millions, I would imagine.
Definitely big money.
So incredible that they get the return. But time for another break?
100% time for another break because we have some interesting topics afterwards.
Don't buy a vehicle before it's been screened. Visit screen.co.za to find out more.
So now we spoke about a lot of questions that we're receiving from the public. You won't believe one of the other questions that we receive, almost not correlated, is, Mike, what is ChangeCars? Where do you play? Are we a motor dealer? What exactly do we do? I mean, if I say to you, I'm going to throw it back to you, what is ChangeCars? Who are we competing against?
AutoTrader and Cars.co.za.
Now, before the break, we spoke about Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Man United, and Liverpool. And I'm open to say, if you take AutoTrader and Cars, they are the two biggest absolute standout. I think AutoTrader, Nicky, started in 1992, and Cars started about 2007. We started in 2021. So you're talking about 29 years behind AutoTrader, and you're talking about 14 years behind Cars. When I say behind, I'm talking about the head start they got.
Yeah.
What is ChangeCars? Very simple. We play in the exact same space. We advertise for many of the dealers that they advertise for, but there's certain dealers that we won't advertise for. Again, there's no arrogance in the way I say that. Every single day, my phone rings. I'm Mike, phoning from the following dealership. A dealership that you just quickly go onto Google, Hello Peter, and it shouts at you, no. And remember, we've said often people can do their due diligence. You buy a car from the wrong dealer, it's not bad luck. It's lack of homework.
Yeah.
ChangeCars currently has got 760 dealers. Our competitors have got double that. But do they have double what we've got in reality, or do they have double what we've got because they are allowing that other 50%, the Joburg Central, the Kempton Park, the Bramley? That is what it is. So today it's time to openly share where we are different. We've got the TV show. We've got the podcast. Who is copying us, Nicky? And I promise it's open. Are we leading or are we following?
We're leading. We're leading because this is the biggest podcast in the country. We're definitely leading. So any other podcast you see, I wouldn't say copying, but following. But yeah, we're leading.
Of course, I'm very, very proud. It's very easy to copy. It's a lot harder, I would say, to lead. So I look at the content that we're producing for the TV show.
Okay.
Our competitors are starting to copy us. I look at ChangeCars, the platform. So now talking about going back in time, go look at 2022, 2023. Our competitors did not tell you what a dealer's Google rating was or what their Hello Peter rating was. ChangeCars did. Both our big competitors today do the exact same. Why? Go back again. You want to buy a car? Just do your homework.
Yeah.
Go onto Google, go onto Hello Peter. You see 5-star reviews, you're going to get 5-star service. If they're not on the ChangeCars website today, I'm proud to say, with very few exceptions, they would not be there even if they wanted to be there. So that is ChangeCars in a nutshell. Answered 150 questions of the week.
Yeah, I can bet my life that question is going to come up again.
And we welcome it. All I say is, as long as you are looking at ChangeCars, we are happy.
100%. You also spoke about there's some few dealerships that you want to give a shout out to.
Some few. Oh, of course. So if you go back to, I think it was about March, I sat in this place and I said, my car's booked into Audi Centre, Bryanston, for a service.
Yes.
And unfortunately, my car is still in the driveway and I get told it's a stone chip. I took the car back for its service because it was now overdue. The annual service still falls in the same year. When I went to Audi Centre, Bryanston, no problem on the booking. I know the service manager there, excellent guy, Warren. They did what they call a Saturday service, which is brilliant. And I collected it on a Monday. The dealer principal was there when I came to collect the car. And again, never a loaded question. Of course, knows exactly who I am. What would you imagine was their attitude towards us? Friendly, fake, false, unfriendly, cold?
I'm not saying friendly because he knows that if he gives you a cold or an attitude, his dealership is going to go down.
I would say I got the warmest reception from the staff. And remember, they know exactly who I am. The first thing I went to check is if I got any scratches on my car. No. I'm joking. Or sugar in my petrol. Nothing. Just warm welcome to Audi Centre, Bryanston. Absolutely stand out. Well done. And then got to mention a Toyota dealer.
Okay.
If I say to you the term mega dealer, have you ever heard that term, like it's a mega dealer? MEGA. What would that be for you?
like a big dealer?
100%. Now, you would not expect a mega dealership to be independently owned. So when I think of a mega dealership, CFAO Mobility, Hatfield Group, Super Group, your big boys,
yeah.
NMI, Freeway Toyota, south of Joburg, near to Soccer City. I literally went past Soccer City to go to them.
Okay.
Have you heard of them?
No, I haven't heard of them.
Freeway Toyota, privately owned dealership, been in the family since the 1990s. The Lahe family, absolute standout people. They invited me to come see the dealership. If you go onto YouTube, we did a 20-minute video of the dealership, spoke to the dealer principal, spoke to the owner, spoke to the service manager. Just exceptional. They've got a restaurant there.
Wow.
As I said, when I film, I like to eat. Everybody who knows me knows I like to eat on set. They've got a restaurant there called YML.
YML.
I don't know what that stands for, but something, sorry, apologies. They did actually tell me, but the L stands for the surname, the Lahe family.
Okay.
You go there. Now, when I go to a dealership and I hear they've got a restaurant, in my mind, I'm thinking of a canteen.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, yeah.
No, sir. I promise you, hand on the good book, the finest food that I've ever eaten in my life, I had that day. Oh, by the way, they do sell Toyotas as well, just in case you're thinking they're a restaurant. Unbelievable. So to Yusuf and team, absolute standout. Proud to work with you and proud to have you on ChangeCars.
You said Y?
YML?
I think I know what the Y stands for. Yusuf.
That's impressive.
No, we need
that's impressive.
No, we need the M.
Yusuf Mike Lahe. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. But if you're in the south of Joburg, it's in Ormonde, and you want a Toyota, absolutely go past them. You will not be disappointed. The most incredible service. Kindly go to our YouTube channel and see the feature I did. I think we got already about 25,000 views, which is superb on YouTube.
100%.
YouTube is always hard. Incredible dealership.
Need advice? Visit changecars.co.za and click on the Ask Mikey tab.
So, Mike, you spoke about Freeway Toyota. So now I want to buy a car anyway, right? What are my rights when buying a car?
Are we talking now any brand,
Brand new car.
So the reason we're going to discuss this topic is so often I'll get a client reaching out to us and say, I bought a brand new car and it's got a dashboard rattle. I bought a brand new car and it feels like the handling is not what it should be. I don't want the car. I've lost faith in it and I want to take the car back. Now the conundrum is, look at it from a dealer's point of view, look at it from an OEM point of view, and look at it from the customer's point of view. We've got to meet in a happy place. Do I automatically have a right to say, I bought a brand new car, I'm not getting a brand new car, and you've got to take it back? It's a bit of a gray area. What is your feeling?
I'm not saying kind of no, because now if you take the car back, who's going to go buy the car? Those type of things. Unless if like it's a major thing, then definitely I think you might have a card. But if it's small things that they can fix, then I think fixing is the option to go.
So I look at manufacturers. You spoke about VW, Audi selling close on what, 5,500 vehicles?
Yeah, 5.7.
You spoke about Suzuki selling 6,000 and Toyota selling substantially
14,
more.
yes.
As a percentage of cars that will need to be taken back, it is a minuscule percentage. So it's a very fair point that you're asking, what do they do with that car? It's a brand new car. What I say is fix it to the exact, should you need to take it back, fix it to the exact standard it should be. Openly disclose that this is a car that's been discounted by 20 or 30,000 Rand because we've taken it back from the original owner. Tell them what you fixed, or alternatively, sell it as a dealer demo. Let the dealership keep it for 3 to 6 months, drive it, feel that whatever the problem was originally has been fixed. What is it to Toyota or Volkswagen or Mazda or anybody to take a small loss on a small minuscule percentage of cars that they've got to take back?
I don't think it's that much for them. But
it's a small percentage. Let's again flip it around. Do I automatically have a right to say, I've bought a brand new car and now I'm not happy that it's got a vibration and I want it taken back? The car's got a vibration on the front suspension. I don't believe you have a right. What you do have a right to is to at all times not be without your car. And I'm very adamant about this. Should my brand new car need to go into the workshop and it's a high-end 800,000 Rand car, you're giving me an 800 to 1.2 million rand car as a loan car. You're not giving me a 3 to 500,000 rand as a loan car. But if I can fix that problem as a dealer, as the OEM, to exactly what it should be. So I say, Nikki, you won't believe, defective shock absorber, right front, it's been replaced. Remember, left front is brand new. We're replacing the right front. What is the right front? Also now, brand new.
Brand new.
So be reasonable. However, the car gets bumped at the dealership. The car gets bumped and they dent the fender quite substantially. Sir, you're taking my car back. You're giving me a brand new car. I'm not taking a car that's been fixed up. So always be fair. But the car's got a little bit of a rattle or squeak and they say, you know what? We can fix it up. Flip it around again. The car's got a terrible rattle in the dashboard. Terrible rattle. You've got to strip my brand new car. You're taking 30 screws apart. Swap my car. Take that car, fix it to the exact standard it should be, put it into your demo stock, drive it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, where it should be selling for 400,000 rand, sell it for 360. The new owner is happy to save 10% and tell them that this car was taken back but please feel free to drive it.
Yeah, like
is that
that.
fair?
Yeah, that's quite fair, especially like a dashboard. A dashboard is a lot of work. So definitely in that regard, 100% agree.
Now, two of the biggest buying services in South Africa. Now, you may say, why do I go onto the buying services? Who's moving the most cars secondhand in South Africa?
WeBuyCars.
And?
Weelee.
100%. 15,000 plus 16,000 and 1,000 plus. Now, I had a good chat to the MD of Weelee. Excellent guy. He said to me, we see it daily. So let's look at a real example. I'm buying a 2014 car, 11 years old, got 160,000 kilos. I'm paying 30% of the brand new price. What is my reasonable expectation? Can I pay 30, 40% of the price and expect 100% of a new car, 80% of a new car? What is your feeling there?
I think once a car is too old, you don't really have much of a say because
Correct.
how it's been treated before you got it, we don't know. So you can't even go back to the person or the company that you bought the car from and say, but the car's 1, 2, 3, because they also don't know. They bought it from somewhere else. They're selling it. So I think when it's secondhand like that, you don't have much of a say. But if it's secondhand, like it's like 20,000, 25,000, you have a bit of a say. Different story. But once it's above 100,000, it's like 10 years old, no.
So let's look at the real reason a person's selling a car's got 160,000 kilos. It's a BMW, it's a Mercedes, it's any car. Why has a previous owner sold it? There's a reason. And I always say this to the public. There's a reason.
Trouble's coming.
Trouble's coming. This car no longer feels like it used to.
Yeah.
I've had this car since new. I know this car's no longer feeling like it is. So my happy medium is, I'm a buying service, I'm a motor dealer, I'm selling a 10-year-old car, 8-year-old car with 120,000 plus kilos. That car should not be using oil. If it is using oil, you need to disclose it. That car should not have a noisy differential if it's rear-wheel drive or noisy CV joints if it's a front-wheel drive. The gears should be smooth.
Smooth, yeah.
For the rest, a little bit of a vibration on the steering. I'm not saying it's right, but it's to be expected. The suspension is not what it used to be. Of course it's not what it used to be. It's driven on South Africa's roads for 10 years and 160,000 kilos. So I say to the public, please always be reasonable. I can't pay 30% of the new car price and expect 70, 80, and in some cases 100% of what a new car will be. If it doesn't have a rattle, if it doesn't have a squeak, if it doesn't have a vibration, if it doesn't have anything, then it's a brand new car. You can't expect that from a second-hand car. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, 100%. I definitely think that's fair.
If Nikki thinks it's fair and I think it's fair, we've got consensus.
Need advice? Visit changecars.co.za and click on the Keep It or Change Cars tab.
So just before the break, Mike, you spoke about a happy medium. So who decides that? Is it the dealership? Is it you? Is it the bank?
Okay, very interesting question. So if you say to me the deciding factor has got to be common sense. I'm buying an 11-year-old car. Be reasonable, as we said before the break. But if you're not sure what you're buying, you can't leave it to the dealer. And it's got nothing that the dealer's bad. Get an independent screening service. You've heard of Malcolm from View for You. We've got our own screening service called screen.co.za. Let them go out, 1,300 rand. It's not a lot of money when you're buying a car, not to get it wrong.
Yeah.
Go out, do the assessment, say, we've picked up the following, we've picked up the following, we've picked up the following. You decide, I can live with that. I'm going to negotiate with the dealer to please fix that up. The dealer says, I can't fix it up. But the beautiful thing is, you've got somebody independent who's looked at it for you. You have accepted or not accepted it. If you buy the car, you can't say, oh, well, I didn't know. You did know.
You did know.
The dealership said, sorry, sir, this age car, this kind of price, we can't fix it. Be reasonable. So screening service, view for you, screen.co.za, you got a happy medium there.
Okay. Another question that I actually saw, is with regards to book value of old cars and their market value.
Now, when you say old cars, what do you consider old as a matter of interest? Because I always love it. Like people phone me and say, I'm looking for an affordable car. What's affordable to you is not affordable to somebody else.
Old car, I'm going to have to say 2018 going back.
Okay, so 7 years and older. So book values on cars between 7 and 1 year, no problem. The book values are in line with the market value. But take a car, exactly what you said, 8 to 12 years old. A 2013 Toyota Hilux has got a book value of X and a market value of triple X. Literally.
Even my car.
And the city car, but 100%. I think you got it wrong last time when you said it was in the 60s. I think it's lower.
It was lower, okay.
But I want to share a happy story to end the show.
Okay.
But you take a vehicle that is 25 years old, a BMW, let's use a BMW 3 Series. I'll buy a 2000 model BMW 330i Cabriolet that is in immaculate condition. You know the 330 2000 model?
Yeah.
Unbelievable car. What would you imagine, roughly, is a book value, and what will it be selling for today? In the immaculate one.
Book value should be around 70, 80.
There or thereabouts.
But you won't get it for less than 100.
Okay, so Nikki's kind of right on the first one. I imagine 70 to 100, but you are so way wrong on the second component.
Really?
You will not find a rough one under 200 and a very nice one, 350. So we're talking about 350%, 200%, whatever the case may be, potentially over book value. So why do we mention this? People often phone and say, Mike, I've got a dealer. I like his car. He's got a 2013 Toyota RAV4. It's got only 65,000 kilos. And the gentleman or the dealership wants 170,000. But I phoned my insurance company and the insurance value is 80 or 90,000. So double. Is it worth it? Absolutely. When it comes to cars, let's say older than 7 years, but when it goes over 10 years, throw the book value out the window. That car is worth what? What I'm prepared to pay for it.
Okay, so my City Golf essentially, my market value is 100,000 Rand up.
Okay, so now a City Golf that you love is one car. You know, I've always been a fan of the Audi brand.
Yes.
There's always been, I often talk about unfinished business. An Audi RS4 2007 is still unfinished business. What other Audi, because this is not what I'm talking about, but what other Audi besides an RS4 is unfinished business that you'd like to get your hands on? Nice old Audi.
Me or you?
Anyone. You, me, and everybody watching.
I know you love the TT. Early 2000 TT.
The original.
The original TT.
So an original Audi TT came to South Africa in 1999. That car had like a slightly bubble shape. Ernest Page, if you go onto YouTube, did a review on the very car we're about to talk about. He said, what's unique about this car? The front and the back look the same. And they say, once you've seen something, you can't unsee it. Go look at the front and go look at the back. It's the same. 1999 Audi TT. That car came out originally as a concept car in about 95, 96. A concept car means they're never going to build it. And due to popular demand, Audi built it. Got my hands on a 2000 model with 136,000 kilos in the signature silver color. Because if a car's launched in a color, every other color is wrong as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
If they launch a Ferrari in red, black or white is wrong. If they launch a Lamborghini in yellow, every other color is wrong. Now this year is an absolute miracle. 1999, 2-owner car, 136,000 kilos. What did we pay for it? And it's not in good condition. It's immaculate.
No idea.
60,000 Rand.
So that's good money.
That is good money.
Okay.
On AutoTrader, ChangeCars, cars.co.za, you go on, they're going for 200, 250.
Ooh.
So kindly go watch the review and understand the reason I've got this smile on my face is because my girlfriend Melanie is a proud owner of this car.
Okay.
So I've got a smile on my face. She's very happy.
to end with the good news, I want you to speak about the sponsorship of WeBuyCars on the All Things Motoring TV show.
You'll notice often on the show, we give a shout out to a lot of prominent brands, from Motors to Bidvest to Supergroup to Hatfield, CFA Mobility, Westbank, Weelee. If I say the single biggest motoring brand in South Africa, funny enough, it's not Westbank for me. It's not even Toyota. The single biggest brand that everybody knows. If you've been living in a cave for the last 10 years with a candle off, will you know about WeBuyCars?
Yeah, definitely.
So proud to say WeBuyCars are the official sponsor of our TV show, All Things Motoring. We're going to be bringing you the most incredible series about truly the most incredible brand. You're going to see an interview with the CEO, Van der Walt, and he's one of the founders along with his brother Dirk. It's going to be everything you need to know about their brand, how they buy cars, how they sell cars, and then between that, there's something in between. How do they fix it? How do they give a report? Because they're no longer working with Decra. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not aware of that. So that's good.
That is unbelievable. If there's one brand that needed to be kicked into touch twice,
Decra,
it was Decra. It's well known that I'm not a fan of the Decra brand, now, historically, and never will be.
Okay,
but
so
if you understand what you're buying, remember earlier in the show we spoke about, I'm buying a car 11 years old, 165,000 kilos, it got the following faults. I cannot be unreasonable and say, guys, I didn't know it had that. No, you did, because it said right there. So we're going to bring you an incredible series from WeBuyCars, and very, very excited. To the full team at WeBuyCars, thank you for the trust in us. We have incredible trust in you, but it's more than just a trust. It's their whole way. Is this not the perfect ending to a perfect show?
Definitely perfect ending. So you spoke about WeBuyCars here. They're like, you know what, Mike, we're going to reach out. We're going to work with you. Wow, that's beautiful.
What WeBuyCars want more than anything, Nikki, is their story to be told. Respectfully, it is what it is. We'll keep repeating. You can't have this expectation and pay this price.
Yeah.
You can't buy a vehicle on auction and expect it to be anything but what it is. They do not hide one thing. You look at any vehicle from WeBuyCars, exactly what it is, they'll tell you. You just need to check.
100%. I think we've had a very beautiful episode today. We spoke about so many things. I think this might have been our longest podcast that we've had.
Because it's just getting better and better.
100%. But
the
guys,
Keep It or Change Cars podcast proudly brought to you by Weelee, WeBuyCars, Toyota, Haval, you name it. They're all involved.
Everything. But guys, just from the ChangeCars team, we appreciate the follows, we appreciate the likes, we appreciate the comments, we appreciate you guys saving our videos and sharing our videos. It means a lot to us. And always tell your friends and family that there is the biggest motoring podcast in the country. It's called the Keep It or ChangeCars podcast. But now we have to leave, unfortunately. If we could, we'd stay here the whole time, but eventually these lights would switch off by themselves. But yeah, we are signing out. I'm Nikki, your host as always, and this is Michael Pashut.
Keep It or Change Cars, the podcast you can relate to.